What's up, guys? I want to talk today about how insulin spikes, in my opinion, are the new smoking. So, I'm having a hard time getting this point across to people. Nobody really understands the severity of insulin spikes. There's a lot of bad things in the world. Obviously, there's lots of ways to be unhealthy. The thing with the insulin spikes is just about almost every single food we consume leads to insulin spikes. And that's the problem, is this stuff is absolutely everywhere. This food that causes these spikes. And unless you're on, a diet like keto or something, you're not going to be looking for it. That's the fucked up part. And a perfect example, not only is myself an example of a victim to these insulin spikes and how they destroys your body and nobody's talking about it. My dad is another example, because my dad just lost half of his fucking foot. And I've got pictures of it if nobody believes me, but it's not that unbelievable now for diabetics to have this shit go down. And he obviously didn't know he was a diabetic, got an infection in his foot, and being the fucking negligent person that he is when it comes to health, he just let the shit fester, and he got to where he had such a wound on his foot that they had to cut it off because it was infected, and he's a diabetic, so it was affecting his bone and everything. That's an extreme case of too many insulin spikes, overuse of carbs, and not maintaining or caring about your diet, obviously. But that's an example. Just like my examples are my symptoms that I came away with before I figured out I was being poisoned by carbs and sugars. And that was the nerve problems that I've had, the eczema, the tinnitus, ringing in my ears, the hair loss, and gain weight. Not to mention all the things that I didn't know what the fuck it was doing to me. I know it fucks with your brain. When you're running off that glucose all the time and you're over spiking your insulin, that's what's all this new studies, all this new science, medical information is coming out with linking these blood sugar spikes to all these other problems, not just diabetes. Like, you're not just getting fat from insulin spikes, and that's, again, the insulin spikes are the overuse of refined carbs and sugars, and that's gonna raise your insulin. So, and your body is developing so much to try to compensate with these insane, unnatural amounts of carbohydrate, and it's just too much. And our bodies have our ways of telling us it's too much. For example, getting fat. That's just your body's way of telling you are doing too much. It's not in the amounts to where your body can process it. So you start gaining weight. And the thing that gets neglected is all the other problems. So obviously, weight gain is so normalized. It's so okay to have all these fucking blobs walking around, right? If we didn't just consume refined sugars and carbs all the day, all the time, there would be a fraction of people that are obese. And it's just like, it's like a mutation is the way I look at it. I've literally just a bunch of mutants walking around, because you're now mutating not only your fucking body, but your own DNA to look and be fat. And it's just fucking crazy. But how I want to really use the analogy of smoking with these insulin spikes is all of the other issues, that the other complications that come alongside of boosting your insulin way too high every day, all day long. And it's like smoking. I mean, yes, smoking's unhealthy and it gives you lung cancer. I mean, people see this now. They know it. It's all established. A lot less people smoke because of it. And but not only does smoking cause the lung cancer, it causes all these other problems that for a long time did not get associated with smoking. And that's a big fucking problem, because you're not going to trace it back to the root problem is easy when you have these other symptoms, these other ailments that aren't being associated with the cause. And it's a big fucking deal. Like, it's a really fucking big deal. Like, nobody's big dealing this shit, and it needs to fucking be a big deal. And the same thing with insulin spikes. People are having all these other fucking issues that are related to insulin spikes, but guess what? Not a lot of it's being traced back to the insulin spikes, because it's so normal that everybody's ingesting overloads of carbs every day. It's just a normal thing. So it's like nobody's saying like, hey, do you eat a lot of carbs? Well, yeah, of course I eat a lot of carbs. I eat bread and I eat McDonald's, and you know, I go here and I eat there, and this party and that function and this work thing, and I eat that at work. And you just before you know it, you're just fucking pummeling your body with this poison. And it's just like if you were just to smoke cigarettes all day. It's the same concept. You're constantly pummeling your lungs and your body with cigarettes. Eventually you're going to get lung cancer, you're going to get heart disease, you're going to have all kinds of circulation problems. I mean, the list goes on and on. Everybody knows, the complications with smoking. And you can very well look up the complications to insulin spikes or to eating too much sugar, but there's no defined, it's just the way it's portrayed is just don't eat as much sugar, or don't try not to eat sweets, and try not to eat this or that, and just hope you don't get sick. And that's a big fucking problem for me, because I don't want to hope that I don't get a disease. I want to know that I'm not getting a disease. And there's no fucking question, as much as the society or big pharma or whoever the fuck wants to tell you, you're not just gonna get fucking diabetes. Most likely, there are rare instances where people are born with it, and there's genetic mutations is what it is. But nonetheless, normally, on average, you're not gonna just catch diabetes by just living, by just consuming decent food. It's not going to happen. You're going to catch it by fucking spiking your insulin through the roof all the time, which is so normalized. But when the thing is, you eat a meal from Dairy Queen or something with all this bread and fucking processed oil, vegetable oil, all this shit's it's just fucking ingredients for blood sugar spikes. And it's a recipe for fucking disease is what it is. And all this stuff, I mean, nobody's checking their blood sugar after they go out to eat fast food. Most people would be too scared, because most likely your shit's going through the roof and you don't always know. Sometimes people see the signs. Some people get the brain fog, they get the dizziness and all of that. But a lot of times, again, it's not associated with that blood sugar spike. You just ate food. Like, you're just like, oh, well, I can't be feeling this bad from I just ate. You know what I mean? It's something else causing it, is usually the way people think about it. And that's just the wrong way to fucking think. You need to fucking pay attention to listen to your body and nourish your body. And it's very fucking difficult in this day and age. And you're looked at as an outcast for wanting to eat right and be healthy, and you're made fun of about it, which is just crazy. You're a dumbass for for eating a salad for dinner, or for, you know, fasting or not eating for one meal, skipping a meal. Like, it's, people act like it's the end of the world for skipping a meal. Dude, the more you don't go without eating, the more you go without eating, the healthier you're going to be. Think about it. In the wild, animals don't just have fucking a bag of potato chips fucking opened up and snacking out of it all day, or go to their refrigerator and then lay on their couch. No, they're fucking out foraging. They're fucking just smashing through the forest. And if they come across food, or they come across an opportunity to eat, they will take it very well, yes. But it's never on some kind of a gluttony level like we are, obviously. And there's a reason for that. That's why nature is much healthier than we are. And they are, you know, obviously a lot more primitive than us. And sometimes, you know, the being primitive is the best, the smartest route to go. And people lose sight of that. We think, oh, we've got all this technology and we're so smart and we've come all this way. And it's like, yeah, but what's devastating is all the times that we've learned and we've been humbled as humans about, oh, we were wrong about this, like smoking, right? Smoking is such the good example for this, because it taught us a lesson to be able to pay attention to long term, right? Short term, whatever. You can smoke short term, anyone. You can do meth short term if you want. You can do meth long term and get away with it. All I'm saying is, we learned our lesson. Right? We learned our lesson about smoking. A lot less people smoke cigarettes because it's fucking killing you, and we know it. And it don't matter that it's a slow process. We still know it. Deep down, we know it's fucking killing you. And also, I mean, the risks you run, obviously, with smoking. You know, you're an actual avid smoker. Your chances of heart disease, heart attack, all that is doubled than that of a non-smoker. So the point I'm saying here is look at the fucking insulin spikes like you look at cigarettes. And you're still always going to have those people that still smoke. You're going to always have those people that are still going to eat carbs, McDonald's, all that's not going anywhere. But you get to choose what the fuck you do. Because I sure as hell like to be comfortable in my skin, right? I don't want to be a fucking disease. I don't want to be in dis-ease. I want to be at ease. You know, I don't want to fucking be plucking my finger all day because of my diabetes and checking blood sugars and worrying about this and that and paying for insulin. And it's unfucking believable what the fuck is happening. And nobody's fucking talking about it. Like, nobody's big dealing this shit. You see these fucking stupid viral videos online about the stupidest fucking shit. And all these little pussies whining about everything. And it's like, you know what, dude? We're all fucking being poisoned. We're all smoking cigarettes, but we don't know it. We're all eating these carbs and spiking our blood sugar and causing all these fucking health problems. And it's the most elaborate. If somebody's doing this on purpose to boost up big pharma or to keep people sick or whatever the fuck it is, whoever's doing it, they thought it through very fucking well, because it's a very sneaky fucker and it's a silent killer. And diabetes is a silent killer. Most people walking around have either diabetes or pre-diabetes. Most people walking around, or not, most people alive, I should say, are sitting on some kind of fucking disease because of these spikes. So that's just what I wanted to emphasize right now in this fucking video. I hope some people see this and it maybe opens their mind a little to thinking like, hey, maybe this shit is very fucking serious, because it is. It is more serious, I think, than anything I can imagine in this country or world other than mental health. And mental health is a whole nother thing. But it definitely starts with your nutrition, even mental health. It's going to start with the way that you're eating. At the very least, if you are handling insulin spikes well or handling this garbage food well, at the very least your conscience knows that it's not good for you, and that's not good for your mentality either. So that's a whole nother chapter. I just want to get this info into the fucking world about these insulin spikes and how it destroyed my body and how it destroyed everybody that I know in one way or another. Pretty much anyone that has an older age that I know has dealt with or deals with some kind of insulin resistance, and it just sucks to see it and see it all and know what's going on, and nobody fucking is paying attention or acknowledging how poisonous it is. So yeah, maybe hopefully this video fucking pops up on somebody's feed and maybe opens their eyes. Maybe you can, help explain this to somebody. If not, I'm just gonna keep at this shit. So thank you.